Hey Dojo friends, let's look at a fight scene. It's a very short one from 1954's Seven Samurai involving Kyuzo. Kyuzo is a great character in the cast because he was kind of this aloof, small samurai, and he was probably the coolest character of all because he was the one that was the best swordsman supposedly, and he went out to retrieve the rifles from the bad guys toward the end in the night. He was kind of this, almost like a shinobi type character. Very quiet. Some of the younger samurai kind of worshipped him as the ultimate in Budo and Bushido warriorship. But Kyuzo was a great character. And as you can see from this still shot, the katana he's wearing is massive. The suka, the handle, looks to be 14, 15 inches. Now this is a very small man as well, but the katana is very, very large. And depending on the period of history, these swords would change length, sizes, and you would often have a sword and you would cut it down. So if I had a sword and it broke, or a naginata and it broke, I would cut the tang and put a new handle and guard on it and make a shorter sword. And you'll see in history where massively long swords like tachi and things were cut down over and over again to make wakizashi or tanto. That's a huge sword he has. So this is a scene, it's very fast, but it goes over the skill of this character. So I'm going to push play here. And 3, 2, 1, here. So this bad guy is saying, let us commence. Somehow he insulted him. And here they are with Boken. Now I'm going to stop it. They're doing what's called, you can see they were in Seiga no Kamae. Let me go back a little bit. Excuse me, this is Waki no Kamae. Waki no Kamae is his second Kamae. So let me go back. So they start in Seigan, facing each other. Seigan means correct eye posture. It's probably the best Kamae because it's extremely hard to get around it. It's both defensive and offensive, and it's just the best stance as far as overall protection. So they're in Seigan, and then you can see that Kyuzo quickly goes into Waki no Kamae here. Now this is edited down, I think, from this video that I took off of YouTube. I think that it's a bit longer than this in the movie. Remember, the movie's over 3 hours. It might be 3.5 hours long. It's a very long slog of a movie with a lot of subtitle reading. But here he is in Waki no Kamae. His hands are correct. He's very relaxed. Most of his weight's on his left front leg. The right leg is correct with his toes going out to the side. He's relaxed so he can still move out of the Kamae. He's not bending his knees too much. And you can see his giant hakama here. Very, very good, relaxed Kamae. So obviously he had done Kenjutsu training. I'll play it again. The bad guy, I'm going to stop it quite a bit because you can go back and watch. The bad guy was in Daijodan no Kamae, or Jodan. Daijodan means the high Kamae. Jodan's more here. Either way, it's the same. He's a hothead. This bad guy, I forget his name. I don't even know if they mention it. Total hothead. He's angry. He's insulted. And you notice that the head samurai, the kind of shaved head one in the background, is the leader. And he already knows that Kyuzo has won. He's like, this poor fool is so angry that he doesn't have the mental zanshin or fudoshin. He's all over the place. So therefore, he's lost. And as you can see from Waki no Kamae, he does one movement to take down this bad guy. Right there. So all he did was switch his feet, changed his Kamae. His sword comes from down low, over the top, striking the bad guy on the left clavicle, which would have been a mortal wound had these been shinken, or real katana. Very simple move, perfect. This is how sword fights would have realistically been. You're not clashing swords left and right. It's distancing, timing, 1, maybe 2 cuts to kill the opponent, maybe 3. So here he is losing to Kyuzo with Boken, with a crowd watching. How insulting. It's a draw. Here is this bad guy saying, it's a draw, and Kyuzo is saying, no, I won. I had the mental capacity to hold my ground, and you would have been dead if these were real. Saying if these were Shinken, you would have been dead. Now, the younger guy here is the one that kind of worships Kyuzo. He's a young, naive samurai, and he wants to be a good swordsman, so he looks up to him as a role model. And of course, the leader here, I forget his name. He's been in a million samurai movies. He's also quite enlightened. So he's a good swordsman. Not as good, but he's the leader. So they look up to him for wisdom. And here they are looking again. We fight with steel. He's warning him. Look, if we have blades, you're going to die. It's a waste of time. Go away. I'm trying to let you live, you fool. So he draws his steel, and when you draw steel, you are saying, I will put my life on the line to win. I believe I can beat you. You have insulted my manhood, which is ridiculous. I am going to kill you. And of course, Kyuzo is wanting to leave, but he's like, if you want to fight, all right, you know the stakes. Preposterous. So here's where the editing comes in. I think there's more scenes, and it cuts to the chase. So here they are again. I think they've changed sides, or the camera angle's different. He has his back to the crowd now, and you can see they're both starting in Seigan again. Again, there's editing, but what's the only negative I have about the scene is it's the same freaking attack. So the guy comes in with another cut, more angry. Kyuzo steps to the side from Waki no Kamae, goes down, does a diagonal cut, and that's it. One blow. I like this. In 1954, these techniques were unheard of, where you would slow the camera down here as you can see the bad guy fall to his left. So you can see that he won with one cut down here. Here. Isn't that cool? That's how, the reason why scholars and martial artists alike like this scene is because it's realistic. It's not Star Wars and there's no sparks. It's very stylized yet, but it's true Budo, where all of his training, this samurai has done 1,000, 10,000 cuts in the forest by himself. He's done this one cut 10,000 times. He has put in the dirt time and the effort to practice in his Budo mentality. This other brigand, this other bravery guy, comes along with false bravado and thinks he's so cool. He looks the part. He's got a cool mustache. He's really a cool character. But he dies. He didn't practice enough. He had already lost the fight before the fight started because of his anger. And you and I know that if you hold anger in you, you lose everything. You are not clearly thinking. And that's what I like about this fight scene, was how simple it was to, let me go back and go over that part just one more time. So here they are again in Seigan. It cuts. Bad guy rushes in from Dojo, as you can see. Foolishly, one single cut, covering a lot of distance, probably 10 to 12 feet. And here is the downward slash. Offline to the right. Down into his neck. Cutting him down. Distance is great. So Kyuzo steps back so that the guy couldn't come in for a second attack if he wanted to. Here it is. And there he is in kind of a Geidan no Kamae to finish Very, very cool scene. These guys watch on to say, Bakaro, that idiot has lost. And here's the slow motion downward fall. That is one small scene from Seven Samurai. A long but very, very good movie. Supposedly one of the top 10 best movies of all time because of its time, with Kurosawa's direction and Toshiro Mifune in the lead. This is where the series and the movie called The Magnificent Seven, if those of you know Westerns, comes from. This spurred The Magnificent Seven. All of those Western movies are based off of Kurosawa films. And as you know, much of Star Wars is based off of Kurosawa. They loved Kurosawa for his direction and his storytelling, albeit in some cases very long and tedious. If you watch a movie like this, you have to enjoy subtitles. It even has an intermission in it. You better get some snacks and go to the bathroom. It's a long one. But there are small scenes like this that you and I, as a martial artist, can really appreciate the culture and the simplicity of this. I would call it Sengoku or Edo period fighting. Isn't that cool? So that's a quick scene. I'm so glad you spent it with me. Now we're going to go get our swords and practice this movement from Waki down and see if we can figure out that movement. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching this quick commentary on this classic movie, The Seven Samurai. Have a great day. Bye-bye.